months, German sportswear brand Adidas has been grappling with what to do with all of its unsold stock of Yeezy shoes. The sneaker giant split with the rap artist and entrepreneur Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, last October after he made some anti-Semitic remarks on social media and in interviews. Well, now Adidas says it will sell some of the stock of shoes, but it will donate the proceeds to charities that support those directly harmed by Ye's remarks. Adidas previously said it could lose more than $1 billion this year if those Yeezys go unsold. Okay, so what happens when brand ambassadors behave badly? Let's talk about that question now. We're joined by Daniel G. Kelly, Academic Director of Graduate Programs at New York University's Preston Robert Tisch Institute for Global Sport. Daniel, thanks for taking the time and chatting with us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's first talk about how we got in this position. I mean, they have just tons of these Yeezys right now. I don't know how they were selling before, but after the unfortunate comments, they're stuck with them. What is Adidas Yeezy stock doing now? Where does it stand? How's it doing?
The two main determinants are, of course, the operating profits from last year as well as the sales. And so operating profit-wise, we're talking about minus $534 million. And then, of course, on the sales side, an additional 441 missing in sales. And so the stock report shows that from the quarterly business sales that Adidas is missing Kanye's influence, his impact, and, of course, the reach of the Yeezy sneaker. And so financially, the $1 billion number is very realistic.
That's amazing. You know, it's been, I guess, to give us an indication of just what the difficult position Adidas is in, it's been a few months since this very public split. So I guess that's a big part of the reason it took so long to decide what to do with this. So the things I did read about earlier, possibility of destroying them or possibility of just giving them away to developing nations and seeing how they were moving in those directions.
Overall, Adidas is a business, and in the business mindset, finding a solution that financially makes sense is where the stakeholders and the stockholders are looking for Adidas leadership and Bjorn Gulden to make the right decisions. And so the options moving forward of selling the shoe came about because of the lawsuit with Kanye West winning the royalties. And so 15% of the royalties of the sales will go back to Kanye. The rest can be donated to charity that Adidas will choose. And of course, moving forward, Adidas as a company gets to take the moral high ground by, of course, getting a tax break for their donations. So it should be a win-win overall.
In talking to a lot of people, Kanye just really kind of went off the deep end. What does this do to his brand? Is it toxic moving forward?
Kanye is one of those celebrities that does have a loyal fan base. I think moving forward, as long as he is contrite with his apologies, that he should be able to move forward business-wise. There was the announcement yesterday that he did receive a patent for sock shoes.
Yeah, I saw that.
His venture, and so he is very active. And there are many loyal Yeezy and Kanye consumers who will not buy the brands from Adidas or any other retailer if it's not endorsed by Kanye.
You know, it's interesting because I saw he got the patent, but there's a big question of will they ever go to market? You know, who's going to sell them? Let's talk about the lessons learned from other brands that have had to deal with these kind of PR nightmares. One that comes to mind, Michael Vick. I was living in Atlanta when that all went down, and that new Nike shoe just came out, and the shoe looked really hot at the time.
Yeah, with Michael Vick, I think if the association, especially when it comes up about with an issue with dogfighting, PETA, he saw a major knock to his Nike shoe, and of course, eventually that led to him spending 20 months in prison. And of course, moving forward, in the DC universe, in entertainment and Hollywood, Ezra Miller is currently casted as the Flash, and they're dealing with a controversy with him as well. And so it's almost a wait and see to see where the market lends itself. And just like with the Michael Vick example you provided, eventually PETA and the different groups were able to come together with the NFL, and Michael Vick was able to return to the NFL. Ezra Miller and the DC universe in Hollywood, they're in a wait and see mode to see what happens. And I think financially, based on the film's success, that will decide the future.
You know, I really have to also point out that Vic really did rehabilitate his reputation and did very well in his second run within the NFL. Let's talk about the financial separation that Adidas has so far. You talked about there are going to be some people that benefit from this. What's going to hurt Adidas in the long run, and who really is going to benefit in the short run?
The benefits in the short run are going to be the Adidas financials with the stakeholders. Hopefully, with the long run, Adidas will make public the charities who are going to benefit from the profits from the sales of the Yeezy sneaker. And so, in the long run, if the charities are able to get the right publicity plus the funding, they will benefit. Overall, Kanye will benefit from rehabilitating his career. Adidas will benefit from being associated with the positive moves from the financials. And of course, they'll be able to stabilize their financial books.
Daniel G. Kelly, thanks so much. We certainly appreciate it. Great insight. I appreciate it, my friend.